going on, guys? Welcome right back to another episode. We did not get where we wanted to be last time on the 4.3 MerCruiser. We had a couple of setbacks, broke a bolt off in the intake. Yeah, that was my fault. You got to be very careful when you're researching torque specs. And you know, when I first saw that torque spec, I thought that just sounds awful tight for an intake. But I thought, you know, maybe it being a cast iron intake, those are a little bit different. But no, that 35 foot-pounds was way too much for the intake bolt. So that was not fun to fix. Lesson learned. But here we are. We're right back after it. The goal for tonight is to get caught back up, to get back on pace. So hopefully by the end of the evening, we will have the engine at least up on the gantry crane, hanging, ready to be set back in the bayliner. So that's the goal for tonight. We're gonna hammer it out. We're gonna try to get it done. We refuse to let this thing win. We're gonna win, and we're gonna get it back in the water and get it running. So that'll be the goal for tonight. Logan should be on the way. He should be here any time now. I think he got hung up at work, but I'm gonna go ahead and go inside and get started, try to get us a jump on progress tonight. So I probably won't record a whole lot this evening. I'm not gonna fumble with the camera too much. I may set it up and do a couple of time lapses or something, but the goal for tonight is to stay on this thing and get it done. I'm not gonna waste any time. We're gonna do whatever we have to do to get this thing done and get it ready to put in the boat. Guys, please be extremely careful on these torque specs. Now, I'm one of those, I like a torque spec. Some things I'll tighten it down by feel to where I like it, but you know, there's just certain things I'm kind of picky about. I want a torque spec on it, and I want it to be right. So just now, that 35 foot-pounds on the intake bolts, that you can Google that, you can look up that information, and you will find several different locations on the internet where that tells you to torque those bolts to 35 foot-pounds. That's just insane. It's too much. There's even several clips you'll see where it looks like it came directly out of a MerCruiser manual telling you to torque those bolts that much. So you have to be extremely careful and use your own judgment. Luckily, that was on the front top of an intake where it's easy to get to, but that easily could have been something else that would have been a disaster to fix. But so anyway, guys, I'm gonna get in here, get started, and see if I can't get some stuff done tonight. I will go ahead and show you one more mistake that I made. I got to take full blame for this because I'm the one that's supposed to know what I'm doing. So I almost costed us another several hours of work, but luckily I caught it today. So I'll show you when I get inside what I'm talking about. All right, y'all may notice right off the bat the oil pan's back off, water pump's back off, and I've got the puller back bolted up to get this harmonic balancer pulled off. So why are we doing that, you may ask? Well, because I almost made a big time mistake. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Notice anything right there? Yep. That bad boy right there has got to be in there. That's the reluctor wheel. That right there is critical to your timing. Without that, this engine wouldn't have ran. That's what it uses to pick up the crankshaft position. So would have been a complete disaster if we'd have got this engine back in that boat trying to figure out why it would not crank. Luckily, thankfully, I walked by this thing today and I thought, did we put that reluctor wheel back in there? So I pulled the sensor out and looked up in there, and sure enough, it wasn't in there. So got to be careful. These long blocks, they're not going to come with stuff like that. You got to make sure you use that off of your old engine. So valuable lesson learned there. Luckily, all we had done was put the balancer on and the water pump and the oil pan. So all I got to do is get that stuff back off real quick, trying to get this done and caught back up before Logan gets here. So I'm about to get this balancer off, pull that cover off, get the reluctor wheel put back on, and we'll see if we can't get this thing caught back up to where we were at the end of the last video. We got ourselves caught back up to where we were after our little mistake. And now we can actually start moving forward and putting some of our brackets and hoses on. So we'll set you back up on the time lapse and you can see it unfold. right, guys, we have got a lot done. We got all of our stuff back on here, hoses, a lot of it still loose, of course, brackets, but everything's there. We're fixing to put the manifolds on this thing, and it's fixing to come off the engine stand. We're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel now. Got the crane in place. Fixing to roll it right down the assembly line. Back into the bay liner. Logan, you ready to get this thing on the water?
I'm ready.
Ready? Those heavy, Logan?
No.
Or not heavy?
No.
MerCruiser manifolds. Brand new.
Yeah, that's the first thing I bought.
Yep.
That's all we thought it was.
Yep. This was supposed to be the one thing wrong with this boat. But well, it wasn't supposed to be, but that's what we were hoping for. But that didn't work out, so
Break out another 1,000, baby.
bust out another 1,000. So yet again the plot thickens. I was looking at this new exhaust gasket and I was like, wait a minute, that's got 4 ports on it. Then we look at the manifolds. One of them's got 4 ports on it. And I don't think this thing is a V7, is it, Logan? Is it a V7 motor?
Negative.
I'm counting 6. That sucks. They've sent us the wrong manifold and we did not even know it until now. So we're gonna have to get on the phone with somebody and try to get another one rush shipped to us. All right, guys. We went pretty much as far as we could go. Still got to get one more manifold in here. I don't know how long it's going to take to hopefully get this one returned and swapped out for a V6 version. So we'll just have to see. So thank y'all for watching again. We'll see you next time.